Cyberpunk released back in 2020 in an interesting state. It was so bad that Sony removed the game from the PlayStation Store and refunded anyone who wanted one. Since then, the game has been patched many times, and apparently it's in a great state now, so today I'm gonna get the Platinum Trophy. The game has 45 trophies, 10 for the main story, 15 for side missions, and 19 miscellaneous, with the Platinum Trophy at the end. And a lot of these trophies are missable, which everybody obviously hates, so we'll have to be a little bit careful. And if you do enjoy the video, giving it a like and subscribing to the channel would be massively appreciated. It seriously helps small channels like mine grow. And to begin, we start with the story. The main character is called V, and we have 3 choices to pick for his background: Nomad, Street Kid, and Corpo. We picked Street Kid for this run. The game starts us inside a bar, and we're offered some work. The job, involving stealing a car, goes south, and we meet Jackie Wells, who is also interested in stealing the car. However, the NCPD shows up and arrests both Jackie and V, dumping them into an alley. The two then become friends and partners, completing jobs together, and before they complete their latest job, we unlock the trophy The Fool for becoming a mercenary. Jackie and V complete the job, taking out enemies silently and rescuing a woman. V then receives a big job offer from Dexter DeShawn, a fixer, basically a middleman between clients and mercenaries, with the job to steal an experimental biochip from Arasaka, a megacorp with an HQ in Night City. V preps for the job first, getting information from the client, Evelyn Parker, and BD editor Judy Alvarez about the exact location of the chip. V then heads out to collect a Flathead, a small robot, to help with the heist. He and Jackie head to the building where it's being held and they purchase it. But the facility is then attacked. V and Jackie help the locals defend the building, and they leave with the Flathead. And now it's time for the heist. V and Jackie head in under the guise of corporate arms dealers and launch the Flathead, temporarily shutting down security. They both head up to the penthouse and secure the chip, but Saburo Arasaka, the CEO, arrives, causing Jackie and V to hide, and they both witness Yorinobu Arasaka, Saburu's son, attack and kill his father, to which he claims he was poisoned, and the building falls into lockdown. Jackie and V try to escape, but they are attacked by a drone. Jackie and V manage to get to safety, but Jackie is hit and the case containing the chip is compromised. Jackie puts in the chip under the instructions of Evelyn. Jackie and V then go through the building looking to escape, and they get inside a taxi, eventually getting away. However, Jackie bleeds out in the car, and V has to take the chip with himself instead. V meets back up with Dexter DeShawn, and the news of Saburu's death is now widespread, and DeShawn is not happy. After telling V to clean up, he shoots him in the head, trying to kill him. And we get the trophy The Lovers for stealing the biochip, and we change perspective to Johnny Silverhand, a rock star from 50 years ago. Johnny teams up with Rogue and his other allies to launch an attack on Arasaka Tower. The team boards a helicopter to infiltrate the tower's rooftop. Upon landing, Johnny engages in intense combat against Arasaka forces. He plants a miniaturized nuclear device in the building's elevator and severs the elevator's cables, sending the bomb to the lower levels. Johnny proceeds to an access point within the tower to upload a virus into Arasaka's network, aiming to disrupt their operations further. However, upon exiting, he is attacked by Adam Smasher and carted out of the tower under guard. The nuke, however, goes off, and Johnny's consciousness is transferred via a program called Soul Killer and implanted into the chip that's now inside V's head. Goro Takamura, the former head of security for Saburo Arasaka, finds V in a landfill and transports him back to a Ripperdoc to try and save him. V wakes up at the Ripperdoc clinic and is told that he only has a few weeks left to live due to the chip and the gunshot. V heads back to his apartment and is awoken by visions of Johnny Silverhand in his apartment, seemingly inside V's head, Johnny's consciousness now trying to take over V's body, and V uses some pills to suppress him. V meets back up with Takamura in a diner and discusses what to do next. Takamura wants to get the truth out of what happened to Saburo, and V wants help to get rid of the chip and save his life. V is given 3 leads: Evelyn Parker, the woman who wanted the chip in the first place, Anders Hellman, the man who designed the chip, and Sandayu Oda, the bodyguard of Hanako Arasaka, as Takamura wants to speak with her about her father's death. We start with Evelyn Parker and head to Judy Alvarez to ask her where she is. She is reluctant at first, but tells us she has worked at a place called Clouds. After investigating the building and talking to the manager, V gets information on where Evelyn was taken to, and heads to a Ripperdoc named Fingers. There, V gets more information. She was taken from the Ripperdoc and taken to a facility to have her cyberware and organs harvested. V heads out to find Evelyn and rescues her from a building, taking her back to Judy's apartment to recover. During this process, we find information about who Evelyn got the information from. This is a group of Haitian netrunners, and after organising a meeting, V is tasked with infiltrating an abandoned mall, recently occupied with gang members, to upload a virus to free their leader. V fights his way through the mall, including fighting a boss at the end, which glitches out, and finds a Netwatch officer. V takes him out and connects the virus, knocking V out but freeing the leader of the Haitians. V talks to her and he is given the opportunity to enter the net and speak to Alt Cunningham, a former member of Johnny's crew and expert hacker. She agrees to help V, and after they leave the building, we unlock the Hermit trophy. Next up is finding Anders Hellman. V talks to Rogue, who helps set us up with Panam Palmer, who helps V get Hellman in exchange for helping her settle a debt. After planning and executing a plan, Anders Hellman's transport is knocked out of the sky, and we get him into a hotel room where he is interrogated by Takamura to get more information out of him. And after all this, we unlock the Wheel of Fortune trophy. Back with Takamura, and he brings us to a meeting with Sundayo Oda. Takamura tries to convince him of what Yorinobu did to his father, but he is not convinced. After the end of the meeting, Takamura asks V to meet him in Japantown, and during this meeting he goes over a plan to get in front of Hanako Arasaka to talk to her. An Arasaka parade is going to come through this area of the city, and Takamura wants us to plant a virus into the barge to stop it, so he can jump on board. V heads off to an Arasaka facility to implant the virus. He finds the barge, implants the virus, and escapes. Next is the parade itself. V is tasked with taking out snipers along the path to help Takamura get on board. V takes out all 3 snipers and fights Sundayo Oda. Takamura gets on board the barge and talks to Hanako, but unable to convince her immediately, he uses a stun dart to knock her out and kidnap her. With the whole area now on high alert, V escapes and finds Takamura and Hanako in an abandoned motel. After speaking with her, Arasaka finds them and attacks. V rescues Takamura, and they both manage to escape, with Hanako being rescued by Arasaka. After getting out of town and into a different motel, a woman knocks on the door with a message from Hanako, and she wishes to meet V in person at a hotel called Embers. This unlocks the High Priestess trophy for speaking with her. And this is the point of no return for the game. If we continue any more story missions, we will be locked out to the end, so it's time to clear up everything else first. First, all of the miscellaneous trophies. And we unlock the following. Full body conversion, for installing at least 1 implant in each system and body part. Gun Fu, for killing or incapacitating 3 enemies in quick succession with a revolver or a pistol in close combat. Christmas Tree Attack, for completing a breach protocol with a minimum of 3 demons uploaded. 10 out of 10, for reaching the max level in any skill. Gunslinger, for shooting an enemy grenade in midair with a revolver. 2 heads, 1 bullet, kill or incapacitate 2 enemies with the same sniper rifle shot. Clearly did it with 2 shots, but it's still unlocked for me. Rough Landing is unlocked while using Berserk Cyberware, kill or incapacitate 2 enemies. True Warrior, to kill or incapacitate 100 enemies using melee weapons. Stanislavski's Method, for using a dialogue option related to V's life path 10 times. Autojock, for purchasing all available vehicles. Master Crafter, for crafting 3 legendary items. Demon in the Shell, to kill or incapacitate 3 enemies with the Detonate Grenade quick hack. The Quick and the Dead, kill or incapacitate 50 enemies while time is slowed. Must Be Rats, perform the Distract Enemies quick hack 30 times without drawing attention to herself. V for Vendetta, after reviving with Second Heart, kill or incapacitate the enemy who killed you within 5 seconds. True Soldier, to kill or incapacitate 300 enemies using ranged weapons. Right Back at ya, kill or incapacitate an enemy who threw a grenade at you. The Wandering Fool, find all the tarot graffiti for the job of Fool on the Hill. Frequent Flyer, to find all fast travel data terminals. Breathtaking, collecting all items that once belonged to Johnny Silverhand. And Legend of the Afterlife, for reaching maximum street cred. Each area of the game has NCPD alerts, side gigs, and cyber psycho attacks, and we need to complete all of these for several trophies for each area. It's Elementary, for completing them all in Watson. Greetings from Pacifica, for completing them all in Pacifica. The Wasteland for completing them all in the Badlands, Little Tokyo for completing them all in Westbrook, Mean Streets for completing them all in Haywood, The Jungle for completing them all in Santo Domingo, and City Lights for completing them all in City Centre. As for the Cyber Psycho attacks, we have to complete all of them and we get the trophy I Am the Law for doing so. We now have 5 side character storylines to do. We start with Judy Alvarez, and she wants to take over the Clouds Club by force. We get in contact with the current manager and they agree to help kick out the current gang in charge out. However, she double crosses Judy and we put her down, leaving the club in Judy's hands. But it is soon lost after the gang in charge previously take it back and kill the people that helped her. She then asks V to go scuba diving in her old flooded town before she leaves Night City for good, and after this we unlock the Judy vs Night City trophy for completing her storyline. Up next is Panam, and we help her rescue her camp leader Saul. We stealth our way through the camp and get him back. After this, V gets another call from Panam and she wants us to help the camp get a tank that's being transported. We help get the tank back and test it soon after, fending off another attack on the camp. And after this, we unlock the trophy Life on the Road for completing Panam's story. Now we do missions for River Ward, a former police officer who is investigating cases of missing children. We first encounter him in a side mission, investigating an attempt on the mayor's life. Soon after, he tells us that his nephew has been kidnapped. Further investigation ends with him discovering an abandoned cattle farm, and we rescue River's nephew and unlock the trophy To Protect and Serve. Johnny then asks V to ask Rogue, Johnny's former partner, to go out on a date. V lets Johnny take over, and Johnny and Rogue go to a drive-in theatre together. And after this, we get the trophy Bushido and Chill. The final side character quest line is for Kerry Uridine, a former member of Johnny Silverhand's band who has been successful as a solo act since. He is angry with a J-pop band coming over to tour in Night City and using a cover of one of his songs to promote it. We help him destroy a van containing the band's equipment and then confront the band themselves. However, after a short discussion, it's realised that their managers have been screwing them both over and they willingly join up for the tour. After this, we link with Kerry and destroy his manager's yacht, and after that, we unlock the trophy To Bad Decisions. And with all of that done, we are finally ready to complete all 4 endings that give us trophies. They all begin the same way. We go and speak to Honoko Arasaka at the Embers Hotel, and she asks us to testify in front of the Arasaka board in order to vote Yorinobu Arasaka out of power. And in exchange, she will use Arasaka resources to help V's condition. Upon leaving, V collapses and wakes up back in Vic's clinic. V then heads up to the rooftop and is given 3 choices. The first, work with Hanako and Arasaka. The second, call Panam and use her crew members to help infiltrate Arasaka Tower and connect Alt Cunningham to help fix V. And third, let Johnny take over and go in with Rogue to help infiltrate Arasaka Tower and connect Alt to help fix V. First up is working with Hanako. We help rescue her from her home and fly to Arasaka Tower. She interacts with the uploaded consciousness of Saburo Arasaka and he tells her to bring him to the board. However, during the board meeting, Yorinobu attacks the crowd, taking out several members before Hanako asks us to go and find him. This breaks out a civil war inside Arasaka Tower, and after fighting through, we get to fight against Adam Smasher. After defeating him, we finally track down Yorinobu and unlock the trophy The Devil for helping Takamura revenge Saburo Arasaka. After this, V wakes up in a hospital room. He has now been transported to an orbital station and is being treated for his condition with the chip removed. Takamura arrives and tells V the bad news. The treatment isn't working and he will die by the end of the year and is given 2 choices. The first, to go back home and live out the rest of his life, or to upload his consciousness to a chip and await a suitable body to be planted into, just like what happened to Johnny Silverhand. V takes the second option and the game ends, giving us the trophy The World for beating the main game. Next is asking for Panam's help, and this splits in half towards the end for 2 separate endings. We begin with the rounding up the camp's members and using the tank we got earlier to head towards an under construction rail tunnel to infiltrate underneath Arasaka Tower. After fighting through multiple waves of enemies, we get through on foot and head towards the terminal, which we use to connect Alt Cunningham to the network. We fight Adam Smasher again. This time we make a save to come back to this point later and continue through. To save V, Cunningham has uploaded V's consciousness to the network just like Johnny has. leaving V's body empty, and gives us the choice of who enters the body and who stays behind. However, she tells us that if V enters the body, it cannot be healed and will die soon anyway. For the first ending, we pick Johnny to take the body. Johnny wakes up in V's body and helps a kid out by buying him a guitar, and then heads out on a bus to leave Night City. This unlocks the Temperance Trophy. For the second ending, we reload to where we just took out Alan Smasher, and connect up to Alt again, and this time we pick V keeping the body, and he goes off with Panam and leaves Night City with her and the camp, becoming a full member, and this unlocks the trophy, the Star. And for the final ending, we go back and let Johnny take over V's body and go into Arasaka with a rogue. They infiltrate by smashing into the building and fight their way through to a port to connect to Alt. Johnny finds V in the construct and decides to stay with Alt, leaving V to transport back to his own body, this time in a high-end apartment, as he's made a name for himself as a mercenary and is put on one final job: to rob the Crystal Palace Casino, an orbital space station. It's not known if he's successful or not, but given the fact that his body only has a few months remaining, I think it's implied that he might die here. And with that, the final ending is complete, and we unlock the trophy, the Sun, and of course, the Platinum never fade away. And with that, we have completed the Platinum Trophy for Cyberpunk. This is one of my favourite games of all time. Even back when it released in 2020, I loved it despite its problems, and I really hope we get another one at some point. And if you liked the video, I would massively appreciate it if you liked it, and if you subscribe to the channel. And if you have any suggestions for games to Platinum, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.